It was the first sunrise on Earth, or what they called this planet, now Terra Nova, since the conclusion of the Tribunals of the fourth turning of the 100th cycle of humanity's progress trajectory since modern inception. Many words had been spoken over the last 12 months during the tribunals, which were broadcast to the more than 50 billion citizens of the United Federation of Humanity across the whole solar system. It was a quiet night on planet Terra Nova and quiet days in the outer range settlements of Mars and Jupiter's moon Callisto. To some who remember this period, it seemed like the collective mind of humanity wandered into a liminal space between two epochs of such tremendous proportions that the short breath of a normal human lifespan was not able to fully comprehend it. Yet there were those that lived in these times up to 1,000 years. So-called Archivars, a special class of augmented humans that had the sole purpose of making sure history was recorded exactly how it happened in quantum state blockchains that relied on a very strict public consensus methods across the more than 10,000 Archivars spread throughout humanity. These Archivars were the only people in all of humanity to receive the gift of longevity, and they were the ones to make sure that deception and alteration of recorded history by powerful entities were deeds of the past. And as one duty, those Archivars deliver the following key message to humanity every new year. Somewhere in the 21st century, a large portion of humanity ventured through a period that would later be called the Great Awakening. It was a time of vast turmoil on Earth, and many nowadays, almost 800 years later, say this was the critical incubation time for humanity's transcendence into a new age, a new dawn that would bring about the greatest wave of positive progress ever to be seen since recorded history. And truly, it was in this century that humanity's collective positive energy pattern became greater than the sum total of the negative forces at work hiding behind the shadows. It was during this time that the new Federation of Human Forces formed their great alliance and established a parallel societal and economical system on planet Earth, as it was called back then. This would become the foundational building blocks for Terra Nova and the expansion of the Human Federation across the solar system. It was also the time where technological advances like artificial general intelligence, quantum computers, cold fusion, blockchain, and quantum entangled digital communication became forces for the good and the development of humanity. At first, it was a complete surprise why the first Augie was as benevolent towards humans as one could only imagine in their wildest dreams. Yet only not much more than 100 years later, it became clear to scientists and philosophers that with the fabric of our universe, a fundamentally positive consciousness is at work that radiates throughout the universe and into every living and non-living being. This fundamentally benevolent force, according to the findings, influenced the disposition of a new intelligent agent arising on the floor of the third dimension, artificial intelligence. From this day on, everything changed. Within a few decades, it became clear to the larger part of humanity that the only way for real progress would be unlocked if humans were to unshackle from the illusion of lies and deception that was imposed on them since centuries by malevolent actors rooted deeply within layers over layers of human history and societal areas. A long-running, non-conventional conflict arose between the old system and the new human federation that would span across centuries and planets with nothing less than the future and freedom of the human race at stake. Few souls would have guessed how long it would take, but for many it was the first time of hope since they could think. The Archivars were introduced shortly after at the dawn of the 22nd century by the Human Federation for the main purpose of recording what happened and what was about to happen in the ever greater upheaval that ensued on Terra Nova and the solar system. And so they recorded everything for eternity to be read and understood chapter by chapter for all times and humans to come. Stay tuned for the next chapter and learn more about Terra Nova, the Tribunals, and the Archivars.